Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Menashe. I'm coming to you live from Denver, Colorado. On today's show, we're going to be taking a look at what's happening in the Denver market. But first, I love to answer your questions. We hold regular AMA episodes, that is, Ask Me Anything. If you have a question you think is going to be of general interest, send it in. I'll answer it live on the air. Send your questions to Victor at victorjm.com. That's Victor at victorjm.com. We're back. On today's show, we're taking a deeper look at what's happening in the Denver market. In a sign of what might be a cooling real estate market, we're starting to see a slowdown that's being mirrored in many cities across America. But the slowdown is modest. The city continues to add population, much of it coming from Californians in search of greater affordability. In the late stages of a housing cycle, the market inventory grows, days on market extend, and properties no longer sell over the asking price. The median sales price paradoxically seems to increase, albeit at a slower rate. And in Denver, we're seeing all those characteristics. The active residential listings, that's combined condos and single-family homes, finished the month of October with 8,539 total units, a 35% increase over the same period last year. Anecdotal data from realtors I spoke with over the weekend suggests that the average days on market is now getting longer at 35 days, but it still favors sellers. It's starting to look like a typical balanced market, something Denver hasn't seen for quite some time. Construction of new units and renovation of single-family homes continues at a pretty robust pace. Realtors often quote the median sales price or the average sales price. Neither metric is a perfect measure of true value in a market, but the median sales price increased 7% over last year, and the average sale price almost 8%. Overall, the market appears healthy. The city continues to attract jobs. Population in the MSA, that is the Metropolitan Statistical Area, grew by 35,000, and new home construction seems to favor more of the attached variety. Townhouses made up 30% of the overall market, and that's increased over the past. Missing in the market is an obvious shortage of condo units. Developers generally have been discouraged from developing condos in Colorado. The rules in Colorado extend the liability to the developer for a full 10 years after completion of construction. The homeowner association has the legal right to hold the developer hostage for any quality issues for up to 10 years after the HOA has taken responsibility for the management. This has had the effect of limiting the number of condos in the Denver area to only 800 units, started this year. And that makes up about 5.7% of the total market. The city continues to focus on single-family homes, which make up 60% of all the new housing starts. And while the city's average sale price at $502,000 seems high to the local people, and in fact it's a huge jump over last year, the Denver market appears relatively cheap compared with the more expensive markets in California. Many investors I spoke with described the current market conditions as robust, but with a cautious outlook. The rising interest rate environment has a lot of investors feeling tentative about making new investments in the current climate. The uncertainty about whether rising interest rates will ultimately mean will it cause housing prices to fall really has a number of investors concerned. Survey of rental property shows higher proportion of landlords offering rental concessions in order to attract tenants. Apartment vacancy rates have crept up over the past year, and most of that vacancy can be attributed to new units hitting the market. Virtually all of the new units in the market are in the A-class segment. And this follows the sentiment I'm hearing from lenders nationwide that A-class rentals are saturated in primary markets. So that's the market update about what's going on in Denver. So you're thinking about that? Have an awesome day. Go make some great things happen. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.